Greetings, friends. This is Elizabeth Shermer with an intuitive reading for the Aquarius lunar eclipse, which occurs on Friday, July 27th at 1:20 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to summarize a little bit about what happens with a lunar eclipse. For all of us, even those of us who know, it's good to remember how and why this is a special opportunity and a special occurrence. And then I'm going to dive into the signatures of this eclipse and why it's so incredibly powerful and what a blessing is available to us and right now and in the coming month. So a lunar eclipse happens when the Earth it happens during a full moon when the Earth comes between the sun and moon and throws a shadow on the moon. And the moon momentarily becomes unplugged from the light of the sun. And since the moon is the regulator of time and rhythms of growth and change on Earth, that the normal constraints of time and space are suspended momentarily. And at the point when the eclipse happens, a portal or doorway opens in our sky, in the aura of Earth and the aura of our body, and we receive unfiltered cosmic consciousness. And because this cosmic signature transcends normal constraints of time, we have the opportunity to make quantum leaps forward in our own growth and in our growth as a collective. And because the energy of Aquarius is all about the collective, the tarot card for Aquarius is the star and the ability to radiate the essence of the truth of who we are and Aquarian consciousness, which is about expanded insights and understandings and realizations of the ways in which we're all connected and we are all brilliant beings of light and ready to shed our perceived limitations so that we can step into this opportunity to create a new world together. It's what the dawning of the age of Aquarius is. And for these last 2 years, we've had powerful eclipses in the Aquarian full moon, which signifies these thresholds that are supporting our transcendence into the truth of who we are. So this at the lunar eclipse, a doorway opens in the sky, a portal that enables us to receive new activations and new awareness and new healing consciousness that allows us to take big leaps forward if we're available to access those opportunities. So there are the astrology chart for this eclipse is, I guess I could say, unbelievably spectacular. There is a convergence of so many patterns and a complexity that is creating incredible coherence, a beauty and a depth and a strength. So this eclipse is activating contrast. It's activating illumination of what works and what doesn't work. And it's activating our ability to take strategic actions for ourselves and for others to move forward, both personally and collectively. And underneath it all, there's a signature of support and harmony that's creating a quality of order that's going to support the expansion. So that's why I'm recommending, after you listen to this message, that you check out the astrology article, and you can find it at thealchemymysteryschool.com or seattleastrology.org, because the patterns and the degree in which we're being supported right now really is phenomenal. There's a way in which this eclipse is marking a tipping point, and everything is aligning to show that we are ready to graduate to a new level of sovereignty here on the earth. So if it feels big, it is big. And what I want to say is I'm encouraging you to really drop past the intensity of the bigness. Allow the energy to move through you so that you can feel the underlying calm and coherence that is absolutely here. So the key energy of this eclipse is the planet Uranus, and in tarot we work with the Fool in correspondence with this ascended quality of expanded consciousness and the pure potential of anything that's anything is possible, everything is available. And so there's a feeling of bigness right now, qualities of surges of insight and illumination like lightning flashes. That's one of the characteristics of the planet Uranus, is these flashes of insight and new light. And so if you can show up and allow those flashes and those insights and those awarenesses to move through you and use your tools to work energetically and physically with the circumstances that are showing up for you, you will feel and experience the underlying grids of support that are allowing you to move forward at unprecedented rate. So knowing the bigness, knowing the beauty of the complexity of the way in which we are in a position now to bring forward lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes of tradition and lineage. Knowing all this, I went to the cards and asked for a practical message of support. And I will say that these cards practically flew out of the deck. The spread was really easy to access. It was already there. And so I'm excited to share with you because there are a couple of really great synchronicities that are encouraging us to feel the personal energies. I'm spending some extra time with this today because there's a bigness to what's happening, and it's important that we know that it's also very personal. Aquarius energy and Uranian energy is very personal because it's all about individual freedom, and we're creating new worlds by allowing the beauty of what each of us has to contribute. And it all starts with us connecting with our own inner light and our own beauty and our own radiance, and then moving that into relationship in the world. So knowing the bigness and knowing the opportunity and feeling the opportunity that's available to us now, I went to the cards, and here's a practical message to help us each show up for this amazing event. So in the position of circumstances is the Prince of Wands. And the Prince of Wands is a synchronicity related to the specific astrology of this moon, because this is the card for Leo, and the sun is in Leo right now. And the Prince of Wands represents the warrior aspect of each of us who is stepping fully into our creativity. This is the power of creative self-confidence and intuition and joy and exuberant vitality and creative, the feeling of vision that inspires us to take action in the world through our creativity and to take risks. And so what you will be aware of in circumstances is this opportunity to show up creatively to the circumstances that show up in your life, and with insights into how to take action to come into alignment with those circumstances. So the message is to ground within your creativity and your vitality and your self-confidence, and you will have a sense of how you can act and participate in what's unfolding. And then in the position of spirit, another warrior, and this warrior is the Prince of Swords, who is the card for Aquarius. And this is the card for the full moon, the court card for the full moon. What's significant, what I want to call your attention to here, is the colors of emerald green and yellow, which has to do with an inspired mind that connects the heart and the will, the solar will, in order to expand into new visions of what's possible. All of the princes, and we got two of them, all of the princes represent expansion of clarity of how to take action and the commitment to action to come into alignment with new possibilities. And so the fact that we got the card, the warrior for Leo, the Leo sun, and the warrior card for the Aquarius moon, in very practical ways says the universe has your back right now, and what you can do is pay attention with your heart to showing up for every moment. Avoid overanalysis right now of feeling the bigness of everything. Breathe and step into the calm of the present moment, and you will know what to do. And then the culminating card in the middle, in the position of mind, is that message. We got the Lovers in the position of mind, which is the message to, and the affirmation to come into relationship with contrast and with your circumstances, and know that you will be supported now with new insights and new awareness and new understandings of what the meaning of contrast is, and what the meaning of challenge is, and what the meaning of opportunity is, so that you can come into new relationships with your life and with others. The key, there are 2 key signatures in Aquarius. If you want to create a very much a footnote or a something to hold on to in terms of the bigness, and one key signature is personal freedom, and that's the feeling, the infusion of the warrior of imagination, and the ability to see new possibilities and then move forward that with those in your life from your heart. The quality of freedom, personal freedom, in combination with relationships with others and collaboration with others to create something new. And so that's where this beautiful image of the Lovers comes in, which is in the position of mind. It's a commitment and an opportunity to pay attention within. The card came up reversed, not indicating a blockage, but indicating first move within and come into relationship with your own truth and with your higher self. Feeling emotional as I say it, so I know this is the key piece of this message, is the relationship starts of your relationship with your light and with your truth. And from there, you will step into awareness of the next simple action to take. Those are the warriors, the princes, and that will enable you to come into a larger relationship. So there are 2 words that I'm taking away from this, and one of that, there are 3 words. One is joy. That's the word for the warrior of the sun of Leo. The other is imagination and inspiration, which is the warrior of Aquarius. And the third quality is joy and love. The love of coming into relationship with yourself and others, and the beauty and curiosity of the fullness of contrast, and how when we can embrace contrast, we step into a new level of wholeness and well-being with ourselves and with others. So joy, inspiration, and love. 3 key signatures. And then the final frosting on the cake of our spread to affirm that this really is a threshold that we are crossing. The 4th card that I'm going to put over the Lovers here because of the significance of it, the final card in the spread was the Eon, is the Eon. The Eon is the next to the last card in the tarot and represents us stepping into the new age. Eon is a reference to the age of Aquarius. And the central figure here is from Egyptian pantheon is Horus, who seated on the throne of neutrality, the seat of neutrality, the seat of perfect balance and power and sovereignty of this world, the bridge of this world to all the other realms of existence. This is you and me as we are stepping into the truth of who we are and our ability to be fully present in this world and step into this new age of expanded awareness and expanded co-creation and beauty that we now create with each other. So one of the practical qualities of the Eon, and in some decks, if you work with cards, in most other decks, this card is called Judgment. And Eon refers to a transcendent quality. Judgment means clear sight, clear discernment. Eon refers to the expanded consciousness of the new Eon, into which we are evolving, the age of Aquarius. So on a practical level, what this card reminds us of is the importance of expanded perspective and remaining calm and balanced so that we can experience the full spectrum of each experience. So to the word judgment, the traditional word here, the shadow side of judgment is to be judgmental. And this card represents the transcendence of all qualities of judgment and harshness and blame so that we can be fully present and accept the fullness and wholeness and truth of every moment. It's a quality that we are still learning. When you experience it, you know the truth and of wholeness, and you can feel the dynamic power that's available when we embrace full potential. So this is an encouragement that we are on the right track and we are evolving. And the practical advice right now to practice that quality into which we are expanding is to receive the support to come into full relationship with each moment and with each person in your life, and most of all, yourself. So a little bit longer message than usual. There's a lot to say, and there's more to say. This will be unfolding for all of us. The eclipse portal stays open for 28 days, and this opportunity really is unprecedented. It begins with a step within. It begins with calm. It begins with trust. And it begins with receiving the blessing of this eclipse and the gift of this eclipse and the knowledge that we are held and supported in every moment for this incredible adventure on which we have embarked. We're here to expand into personal freedom, and we're here then to collaborate and extend into relationship with each other so that we can celebrate together what is much larger than either any of us individually. And I thank you, each of you, for being on this journey and for participating in this work that allows us to connect and receive these messages from our helpers and guides and from Source. So celebrate your higher self, celebrate your helpers, celebrate each other, and then look for ways each day to discern simple, clear, strategic actions that keep you in alignment with these powers of change, and know that everything is on track. Have a great day. Have a great full moon celebration, and I'll be with you again soon. This is Elizabeth Shermer with the intuitive reading for our Aquarius lunar eclipse. And again, if you want to read more about this, because of the significance of it, this will unfold for the coming month and beyond. You can find the full astrology article at thealchemyschool.com or seattleastrology.org.